afternoon, Gatlinburg Pittman, and welcome to Senior Night. Tonight, we would like to show our sincere appreciation to the senior football players, cheerleaders, athletic trainers, band, volleyball, golf, cross-country, and girls soccer teams and their parents. These dedicated young men and women have worked extremely hard to represent Gatlinburg Pittman High School in a positive way. We applaud their hard work, dedication, and loyalty to the Gatlinburg Pittman Highlanders. We would first like to introduce the football players and their parents. First up is Mr. Liam Brackett. He is the son of Karen and Jason Brackett. Next is Mr. Robert Bradburn. He is the grandson of Linda Bradburn and son of Kathy Pack. Next is Mr. Kevin Burkett. Kevin is the son of Gina and Roy Burkett. Next is Mr. Rodrigo Flores. He is the son of Rosa and Rodrigo Flores. Next up is number 9, Bryson Flynn. He is the son of Cindy and Buster Flynn. Next is number 66, Preston Gentry. Preston is the son of Sarah Gentry. Number 7, Pierce Hammonds. Pierce is the son of Whitney and Lee Hammonds. Next is number 53, Saban Moore. Saban is the son of Jamie Moore and Jason Moore. Next is number 4, Connor Reagan. Connor is the son of Betsy and Darren Reagan. And our final football player is number 11, Ethan Stennett. Ethan is the son of Tony and Jamie Stennett. Congratulations to our senior football players. And now we would like to introduce our cheerleaders and their parents. First is Isabella Giesling. She is the daughter of Laura and Carl Giesling. Next is Miss Riley Henry. She is the daughter of Melanie and Scotty Henry, and Riley is also a member of the soccer team. Next is Miss Emma Schultz. She is the daughter of Ken and Doug Schultz, and she is also a member of the Lady Highlanders soccer team. Next is Miss Haley Tomlinson. She is the daughter of Amy and Jason Tomlinson. And this is our senior cheerleaders. Next up is our hardworking athletic trainers and their parents. First is Miss Camille Crisp. She is the daughter of Sarah and Alvin Crisp. Next is Mr. Seth Montgomery. He is the son of Christy Montgomery and John Montgomery. And our final athletic trainer that is a senior is Miss Rachel Moore. Rachel is the daughter of Robin and Daryl Moore, and she is also a member of the Lady Highlanders soccer team. Congratulations, cheerleaders and athletic trainers. And now, our senior band members and their parents. First up is Mr. Keegan Ward. He is the son of Angel and Joe Ward. Next is Mr. Casey Abel. He is the son of Allison Abel. Next is Mr. Raymond Alvarez. He is the son of Miriam Alvarez and Raymond Alvarez. Next is Miss Kira Conlon. Kira is the daughter of Kayla and Ryan Crowley. Next is Mr. Brantley Cooper. Brantley is the son of Ginger and Jimmy Cooper. Next is Mr. Ezra Gibbons. He is the son of Herschel Gibbons. And our last band member that is a senior is Miss Bella Lau. She is the daughter of Karen and Jack Lau. Congratulations to our senior band members. And now we would like to recognize our senior volleyball team members and their parents. First up is Miss Sydney McCarty. Sydney is the daughter of Missy Flannery and Dennis McCarty. Next is Miss Lauren Puglionis. She is the daughter of Stacy Heath. And now we would like to recognize our senior golf team members and their parents. First, we would like to recognize Miss Caitlin Boland. She is the daughter of Cindy and Chris Boland, but tonight she is at the county championship in golf and she could not make it with us. She's still playing. Good luck to Caitlin tonight. Next up is Mr. Jack Husky. Jack is the son of Rachel and Tyler Husky. And now our senior girls soccer team members and their parents. First is Miss Maggie Hardison. Maggie is the daughter of Allison Lumpy and Brian and Morgan Hardison. Next is Miss Lillian Lopez. She is the daughter of Susanna and Wilmer Lopez. Next is Miss Anna Palomares. Anna is the daughter of Anna and Jose Palomares. Next is Miss Kaya Walker. She is the daughter of Holly and Eddie Walker. Congratulations to our girls soccer team members. And now, our senior cross-country team members and their parents. First up is Mr. Boone Howard. Boone is the son of Leticia LaFala and Kevin Howard. And our last senior recognized tonight, a member of the cross-country team, is Mr. Doug Justice. Doug is the son of Ashley Burnett. These seniors from the class of 2021 exemplify the spirit of excellence which has come to be known as Blue and Gold Pride. Thank you for your hard work this season, and most of all, thank you, parents. Alba Gabrath, Highlanders forever. One more round of applause.
If I could have your attention, the practice field is due to COVID off limits to any kids playing over there tonight. The practice field is off limits due to COVID-19. Thank you. Attention sports fans, we're pleased that you've come out to join us for this evening's event. I'm proud to offer these young athletes the opportunity to participate in the sport they love. To keep everyone well and make sure that our season continues as planned, we ask you to kindly remember to wear a mask and maintain appropriate social distancing while here with us this evening. Thank you for helping us keep our community safe so that we can look forward to supporting all our teams this year. Thank you. Schools are members of TSSAA and promote good sportsmanship from players and fans. Please respect the calls from our officials tonight. At this time, please stand, and men, remove your hats for a moment of silence. Now, please remain standing for the national anthem performed by the Gatlinburg Pittman Marching Band.
Test. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Getting ready for tonight's ball game. Rob, can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right.
It's in front of me. Snap it down here on your right. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's not bending. No, it looks like it was.
Hello, football fans. Live from the Mike Helton press box here at Gatlinburg-Pittman Stadium. This is Marty Nicely along with Rob Younger, Kevin Tierney, Randall Bryan, bringing you tonight's region game between two county rivals, Northview and Gatlinburg-Pittman. And Rob, the fact that it's a region game and the fact that it's a county rivals takes it up a notch, doesn't it?
Marty, it does, and it's a much nicer night to play football. But welcome all the fans to the Mountain Thicket. It's going to be a great game tonight, and Marty, it has a lot of importance. It's a region game, but the big thing for Gatlinburg-Pittman, they opened up with a really bad loss against the Kings Academy. Of course, technically we're 1-1. The first game against Hampton, they forfeited because of COVID, but we went down to the Kings Academy. Marty, we weren't in game shape. We hadn't had a scrimmage. We didn't get to play in the jamboree, didn't have that dress rehearsal, but went down and just really had a bad defeat. And Coach Rang's made some adjustments. We've worked on our conditioning. This is just a really big game for the Gatlinburg-Pittman Highlanders, but being a cross-county rival certainly helps.
Rob, Northview comes into tonight's game 1-1. They opened with a win over West Green, but they gave up 42 points in that game. And then they lost to Newport, Cott County, last week, and Cott County scored 41 points on them. So there's an opportunity, looks like, for Gatlinburg to put points on the board.
And, Marty, you're right. They've given up 83 points in 2 games, and their defense isn't great, although they do have a couple of good players. Marty, I watched them on film. They've got one really good defensive lineman, number 75, Ryan Wright. One thing, too, some of their perimeter players are pretty good. One thing I noticed about Northview's defense, Marty, they do a pretty good job getting off blocks, getting to the football. But it should be a big night for the Highlanders. And there's a lot of people that a lot of kids on that team that want to play better tonight than they did last week.
As you look across the field, you'll see the stadium on the GP side is not full. We will talk a little bit more here. Maybe the first time out we have, first opportunity, Rob can talk a little bit more about the school policies regarding COVID. But we're about ready for kickoff here. We will say that we want to welcome all of you all that are watching live streaming our second game this year. Kevin's done a great job getting that prepared. We hope you enjoy the live stream. If you're watching this on delayed broadcast on channel 193 Charter Cable, anywhere in Sevier County, you can get the live stream at gattv.com, or you can go to the Gatlinburg-Pittman High School page and find the app there to live stream the football games. But new opportunity. We hope you enjoy it. We'll do our best to be accurate, and we won't make any pretense about being necessarily unbiased, but we will do our best to be accurate and to make it entertaining for you. Rob, we're ready to kick off. Bryson Flynn, you have some stats on him from last year about the number of kickoffs in the end zone.
Marty, he was 60 of 77 on touchbacks through the end zone last week. His first 2 kickoffs they elected to kick it short, which kind of backfired on them. But after that, they had him kick it through the end zone. Probably one of the best kickers to ever play here at Gatlinburg-Pittman as far as distance and accuracy. Just a tremendous kicker, tremendous football player.
Here's the kick. Kick is up. Fielded at the 5. Bringing it back. Almost gets through the first line, but there's a good tackle. And Northview will put the ball in play on the 21-yard line where they'll have it 1st and 10.
And Marty, again, looks like they had Flynn kick it to the corner. Looked like it was going to pay off. The kind of a lower kick. Coverage didn't get down there quite as much as they thought it would. And, of course, he brought it out to about the 21-yard line. Marty, good-looking group on that defense for the Highlanders. I tell you what, when you have Saban Moore, Kevin Burkett, and Cade Simpson as your 3 down guys in a 3-4 defense, that's a pretty good front line.
Good pursuit, and he's going to be tackled for a big loss on 1st down.
And Marty, that right there is one of the best offensive and defensive linemen in East Tennessee. You see number 52, Kevin Burkett, just absolutely all over that. Marty, he's coming from his backside defensive end position, and good front side pressure by the Highlanders.
That was number 3 for Northview, and on the roster that we've been given, that's Johnny Webster. He's listed as a defensive back and a running back. Northview runs a wing T offense. Webster, shotgun, man in motion. Inside counter, and met at the line of scrimmage.
And Marty, nice job.
Tackled by number 53.
And Marty, that's the onside defensive end. That's Saban Moore, who opened up just absolute terror last week against Kings Academy. 6'5", 275 pounds. You see him at the top of the screen as a defensive end. And, of course, he saw that guy coming. He read the counter. Watch him find the football. Watch him get off these blocks, find the football, chase it down from the backside. That's a great football play.
And, Rob, there was a penalty on that play, declined by GP. We'll bring up a 3rd and 18.
And Marty, I don't think I've made any secret over the years about my disdain for the wing T offense. I would almost rather watch a soccer game than wing T football, but that's what Heath Woods and his Northview Cougars are running tonight.
Standing back to pass, he's rushed, and he's going to be tackled at the 1-yard line. First there was number 21 for GP, Rodrigo Flores.
And Marty, we were talking before the game, even though it's a wing T, they like to throw the football. And you see Rodrigo coming off the edge right there. Rodrigo Flores, a senior outside linebacker, and great play, almost got a safety under his belt.
So GP's going to come away with this in excellent field position. Ethan Stennett deep for the Highlanders at the Northview 38-yard line. Northview punting from their end zone. The kick is up, away. Stennett lets it bounce. It'll roll dead at the, we'll say, the 41-yard line, where GP will have it 1st and 10 at the Northview 41-yard line.
Marty, way to start the ball game with a big play. And, of course, I've known Juan, Rodrigo and his brother Juan, or his twin brother Juan, are the starting outside linebackers. Pittman Center kids. Went to church with those kids. Really good boys, and I'm happy to see them out there playing football. And, Marty, one thing we've got to do on offense, we talked about this in pregame too, we have got to get the play from the sideline to the huddle and get up there and get the ball. We had 6 delay of game penalties last week, and you cannot blame all of those on a freshman quarterback. Got to get the play from the sideline to the huddle to the line of scrimmage.
Quarterback number 12, Christian Hoffman, in the shotgun, man in motion. Christian, handoff. Cuts it inside, gets upfield.
And, Marty, great play, first play by the Highlanders. That's number 16, Levi Hill. And he was kind of brought a spark to the Highlanders at the end of the game last week. And good blocking, and Levi Hill just read that guy coming across the line of scrimmage, made a good cut between 2 defenders.
1st and 10 for the Highlanders. 2 wideouts near side. Auburn rolling to the left. Looks into the flat. It's there. Stennett catches it for another 1st down. 1st and 10 GP at the 21-yard line of Northview.
And, Marty, another sharp play by the Highlanders. Perfect play by the freshman quarterback Tristan Hoffman, but great route, great catch and run by Ethan Stennett. Marty, one thing that we're going to have to do a better job of on that play, before the ball was even snapped, I could look at the offensive line's stance, and I knew it was going to be a pass play. They're going to have to disguise their stance a little better than that. Now, they got a couple of new starters up there, but
3 wideouts, far side. Hoffman, shotgun. Looks to the sideline, complete to number 2. Carlos Orr, 6'2", 165 freshman receiver.
And Marty, it goes by the name of Deuce Orr, and he is going to be a fantastic football for the Highlanders. And it's got him listed as 6'2", but I was telling Randall, I saw him at church last weekend, and I'm over 6'4", and we were eye to eye. So he's a little bit taller than 6'2", and just a tremendous athlete.
1st and 10, 2 wideouts both sides. Hoffman in shotgun. Hill in the backfield. Handoff, Hill, up the middle. Good surge. Gain of about 5. We'll say 2nd and 5.
And Marty, that's just a great job of running his feet. Levi Hill's listed at 5'8", 185 pounds. He's a junior. Not very big, but he hits the hole hard, keeps his feet moving, and brings a little punch with him.
2nd and 6. Hoffman shotgun. Mishandles the snap, picks it up, gets away from one man, gets it back to the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of about 4. We'll bring up a 3rd and 9.
Bringing up 3rd down for the Highlanders.
And Marty, when you look at the replay, it looks like the snap may have been a little left, but it's been one that he should have handled. That's freshman jitters, and he's going to be a good one, though. Tremendous arm strength, smart kid.
So a 3rd and 9. After a positive play on 1st down, mishandled the snap on 2nd. 3 wideouts, far side.
Marty, we've got him outnumbered to the wide
Hoffman
side of the field.
Looks center screen, and it was a touchdown.
And Marty, the play was there. Great play call by Derek Rang. Good execution. Had a good throw, and the freshman or the junior Wade Hooper dropped the ball. And that should have been 6 points. Instead, we've got Flynn kicking a field goal.
So from the ball will be spotted, we'll say in the 19. We'll make it a 29-yard field goal attempt. And there's going to be a offsides on Northview. We'll see if that yardage makes a change in what he decides to do on 4th down.
Well, Marty, the kick would have been good. Offsides against Northview.
Offsides against Northview.
And Marty, I don't know. I was never a kicker, but to me, if you're on the hash, closer you get, it might be
makes a little sharper angle.
Might be a tougher kick.
Flynn stays on the field.
Of course, he's a right-footed kicker. That's going to make it a little better on him.
May a 24-yard field goal attempt. Snap is down, kick is up. Kick is good. So with 7:18 left to go here in the first quarter, GP on their first offensive possession takes it down, kicks a field goal, and leads 3-0. Rob, while we have a minute, let's go ahead and talk about the reason that the stands are not full on the other side tonight.
And Marty, I would like to sincerely talk about the great job that Jack Parton, the administrators, all the teachers and students have done in this school system, and all the great links and planning and effort that they put into keeping our kids and employees safe from COVID-19. First thing they did is you can only fill your stadium by a third of its capacity, pre-sale tickets. They don't want any lines, face masks, social distancing. And Marty, looking across the way at our fans, we have done a tremendous job, and a lot of that's Gary Stennett and his assistants. And they have just done a good job as well. But the county has put so much money, time, and effort keeping our students safe. Even on their desks, Marty, they came in with PVC pipe and plastic in between students. They do staggered entry and exits through the hallways, eat lunch in their classrooms. I mean, just so many things that we've done. But I think our response to the COVID-19 has just been top notch.
So a big thank you to those people that have put it together, and a big thank you to all the people that follow the guidelines. Flynn. Kick is up. This kick, I think, is going into the end zone. It does. So Northview will bring it out, and we'll have the ball 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line.
Marty, great kick by Flynn. He is the son of Cindy and Buster Flynn. And I was talking to Cindy Flynn. She's one of the great teachers in the county. She's at Gatlinburg Pittman Junior High, and we were talking, and I remember she had a brother, the late Chris Husky, who played football for GP, was a great running back, and I was talking about her and her family, but I remember her dad, Ray Husky. He used to come, and that's back in the days where we would go to camp, even at Coker Creek or at other places, but he would come and help with the food. Just a tremendous football family.
Stennett throws into the flat. Oh, had it covered. The receiver gets outside, going down the sideline, and
That is not a penalty, and that was just a great play by Ethan Stennett. The kid was running up the sideline, and Ethan Stennett just cold-cocked him, but it was not out of bounds. I'm not sure why they threw the flag, unless they're saying it was helmet to helmet. That was just a tremendous lick by the
we'll watch it here on
senior
replay.
Free safety.
Now that was shoulder to shoulder.
That was shoulder to shoulder. That's a bad call. Not the first bad call we've seen this year. Probably and Marty, what a tremendous break for Northview.
Yeah, it looked like we had the receiver contained there, and he made a nice move and got down the sideline, but replay showed that was shoulder to shoulder. I don't know, unless the officials have decided if you hit somebody harder than that their metric is that it's an automatic penalty. Good gracious. Here's the replay again. It looks like it is shoulder to shoulder. Shoulder to shoulder. He didn't come close to being helmet to helmet.
They waved it off. They did not.
Okay.
And Marty, their left tackle.
So they did wave it off. Okay.
One thing that they didn't call right there, their left tackle was in the backfield.
That was good pursuit.
And that's good team defense right there. Great pursuit, great angles. This kid's pretty quick, but we'll give that one to the Highlander defense. You see Rodrigo Flores right there. Look at big Kevin Burkett, our defensive end, running all the way to sideline to sideline. Of course, we got a nice pair of inside linebackers, Connor Reagan, who I think was preseason All-State, and Jacob Ferguson, the other linebacker. Marty, we're going to have a pair of freshmen starting at corner. Well, I'll take that back. Wade Hooper's a junior. Carlos Orr is the other corner, and he is a freshman.
So 2nd and 12. Motion. Pitch. Gets outside, but inside pursuit stops him with actually no gain. A lot of running there, but not a lot of north-south, Rob. It was no gain.
And Marty,
actually lost.
And Marty, one thing that helps this play, you see this great inside-out pursuit, but that freshman corner, Carlos Orrs, he backs. But watch him come up and set the corner right there, turns it back in towards pursuit. That's a nice defense by GP.
Brings up a 3rd and 14. Then it throws out in the flats, complete, and boom. Tackled for a loss.
And Marty,
number 21.
Another great play by Rodrigo Flores. And Marty kind of rounding out that defensive roster right there. We talked about the great defensive line, the 3 down guys, the twins playing outside linebacker, a really sturdy pair of inside backers. And the corners, but we've got probably, in my opinion, maybe other than Alcoa, we've got the 2 best safeties in our region, Ethan Stennett and Liam Brackens.
So Stennett deep at the 30. Punt is up. Pretty good punt. Stennett picks it up. Makes the first tackler miss. cuts back into the middle, and it's going to be tackled at the 29-yard line where GP will have it 1st and 10.
Marty ended up making a good decision there because that ball was going to, definitely had a Northview roll. Of course, Ethan Stennett, just a great veteran football player. He's got a lot of snaps under his belt here at GP.
So 1st and 10, GP. Hill in the backfield. Hoffman shotgun. Man in motion. Pitch comes to him. Had a brief opening right there. Closed up by Northview. Rob, it looked like that might have gone for more than it did.
And Marty, we had a great opportunity for a big play, but you saw Levi Hill, and this is kind of, well, he's not a rookie, but you saw him slow down and wait for the defensive back to commit. He should have just came right out and attacked that guy and kicked him out. Right there, he stops and slow downs. Had he got attacked number 20, we would have had a running lane, and Ethan Stennett might have been off to the races. You find that guy with the odd-colored jersey and go after him. Don't sit there and wait on him to make a commit to a direction.
So 2nd and 4 after the 6-yard gain. 2 wideouts far side. Hoffman, handoff, off left tackle. Number 4, Connor Reagan. Gets the first down, a big strong run from Reagan.
And Marty, have to go look at the replay. It looked like we may have had a full house backfield in that play. We had an H-back in the game, made a good block. Actually, not a full house. We just had an offset back there, H-back. And he makes a tremendous block. I don't know who that is. Probably Reese Cole.
It was Reese Cole. So 1st and 10, Gatlinburg-Pittman.
And Marty, I hope they do not forget about Reese Cole as a weapon for this offense.
3 wideouts far side. Hoffman takes a snap. Fakes, looks downfield. And I don't know whether the receiver held up or did not get a clean release from the line of scrimmage, but that ball was overthrown.
Marty, I'm not sure what happened there. He pump faked, and I don't know. It looked like Hooper quit running his route. I don't know if he thought that the ball, he was actually throwing to the short route. But you see Tristan right there, he kind of pump faked, and I don't know if he was just trying to out-throw everybody because he didn't have an open guy or not.
So 2nd and 10, Gatlinburg-Pittman. Hoffman looks over the middle. Overthrown, intended for Cole. Pretty well defended that time by Northview.
Marty, not a great pass by Hoffman. You're going to have some growing pains with the freshman quarterback. The thing is, if Reese Cole can catch the ball in double coverage, he's strong enough and athletic enough, jumps well enough to go up and over. But you got to put a little bit of, yep, just overthrown.
So 3rd and 10, 4:31 left to go here in the opening quarter. Hoffman rolls right, looks downfield. Had an open Stennett, but just overthrown. So it will bring up 4th down, and GP will punt for the first time tonight.
And Marty, he's just overthrowing. I'm not sure if it's feet or just nervous. But I tell you, great job by the offensive line. You look at Northview's defensive line; they had an X stunt on right there, and Kevin Burkett and Saban Moore could not have picked that up any better. Great job of drop back protection by the Highlanders offensive line.
Flynn to punt. And he nails this punt. That ball was kicked. The line of scrimmage was the 46, so that's a 54-yard punt into the end zone where Northview will bring it back to the 20. Rob, that you couldn't hit that punt any better. That was a rocket.
Well, you know, he's kind of new to punting, Marty. He punted last year and had never punted before and averaged over 41 yards a punt.
So Northview will have the ball. I believe this is their 3rd offensive possession here in the first quarter. Number 3, Johnny Webster. at quarterback. That's a busted play. Going to be tackled for a loss. I don't know whether the quarterback went the wrong way or the back went the wrong way, Rob, but the quarterback turned and nobody was there.
Well, Marty, all the Northview team went to the left and the quarterback went to the right, so I'm going to blame that one on the quarterback.
A loss of, we'll say 3, 2nd and 13.
And Marty, the Highlanders starting to look more like themselves tonight.
Webster takes a snap, rolls right. I think it's going to be motion on legal motion against Northview, I believe. Well, I didn't see it that time, but I thought I noticed it. We'll bring up a 2nd and 18. We'll also mention, as part of the COVID-19, we have the GP band on this side of the field right underneath us. Visiting bands do not travel this year, I think, under that policy.
That is correct.
Webster rolls out, looks deep, has it knocked down at the line of scrimmage, I believe by Kevin Burkett.
And I would say you're correct. And great, tremendous pressure. And watch big number 52. He's right there. Watch him take on the block, extends his arm, gets off the block, beats the blocker, and just does a great job. Marty sees the quarterback throwing the ball. And Kevin Burkett's a big kid. I was talking to his dad, Roy Burkett, today. We're talking about Kevin's arm length, and he said, you know, people talk about he doesn't have a good arm length, but he's got like a 72-inch reach or something. But, man, that was a great play. Good heads-up play by Kevin Burkett.
So 3rd and 18. Webster drops back, looks downfield, forced out of the pocket. Now he fires downfield, and that pass is intercepted. Talk about some athletic ability, Rob.
And, Marty, that is the freshman. I think that is number 2, Deuce Orr, and that was a big-time play, and couldn't have been any better.
Watch him go up and high point this ball.
And, Marty, this kid was just playing 8th grade football this time a year ago. The ball's in the air. I mean, and it's a deep ball. He just goes up and over and takes it away from a senior wide receiver.
So, Gallenberg-Pittman will have the ball. 1st and 10, Northview 45-yard line.
Marty, he's the nephew of Coach Rashid Moore. I said, are we going to get the ball to Deuce any this week? And he said, we're going to try to. Well, he got it to himself that time.
Hoffman, handoff up the middle, straight ahead. Reagan into the secondary, still on his feet, down to the 25. Gain of 20 yards on 1st down for Connor Reagan. And, Rob, he got through the line untouched.
And, Marty, that's what Gatlinburg-Pittman does best. We've got that great offensive line. He was 15 yards downfield before he even had a hand on him.
66, Preston Gentry got his man downfield. 1st and 10, Gatlinburg-Pittman. Bad snap. Hoffman dives on it. A huge loss for GP. And probably a good time to mention, Rob, that we have a different center this week.
Well, Cade Simpson is our starting center. He was out last week with a hurt ankle. He is back in the game. And, Marty, that happens. A bad time getting ready to go in here and score. And now we're 2nd and 24 because of a bad snap. Heads-up play by Hoffman, at least covering the ball up, not giving it up.
So 2nd and 24. Off the right side, Reagan cuts it outside. Still on his feet. Finally tackled. They're going to say he was down. Connor's acting like he wasn't actually down.
And, Marty, I'm not sure where they're going to spot the ball. And great effort by Connor Reagan, no doubt about it, but you got to watch the right side of this offensive line. 53, Saban Moore, 52, Kevin Burkett, and you see Charlie Cole also with the down block.
Pancake block there. I believe Connor may have been right. He rolled across the top of the Northview defender. I'm not sure that he was down.
Marty, while we're paused here, a look at that offensive line. You got some couple newcomers that are doing a great job. We got number 66, Preston Gentry, at our left tackle, 6'1", 240. I tell you, a guy that's playing good football is our left guard, number 75, Luciano Lopez, younger brother of all-star safety Carlitos Lopez. Of course, Cade Simpson, Kevin Burkett, and Saban Moore, and might as well count Reese Cole as an offensive lineman.
So it's first down on the penalty. Handoff up the middle. Reagan. Reagan is going into the end zone. Touchdown, Gatlinburg Pittman.
And Marty, if you're going to give out a helmet decal this week for a touchdown, you've got to give those 5-6 guys up front one, too. Watch the blocking right here. We'll see Kevin Burkett pull, but watch the job that 75, Luciano Lopez and Cade Simpson did with their back blocks. Marty, it just opened up a tremendous hole. There was nobody within 5 yards on the line of scrimmage from touching the ball carrier.
Kick is up. Kick is good. So with 48 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, Gatlinburg Pittman extends their lead to 10-0 over Northview. Rob, while we've got a minute here, we'll thank our sponsors. Longtime sponsor, doing an awful lot in the community, providing meals over in the Letterman's Lounge. Ripley's Aquarium, big thanks has to go out to Ripley's and Ryan Desir
and his wife Suzanne.
Yep. Then we have Greenbrier Bee Company, Greenbrier Restaurant, and a shout out to Beck's Place. Thank all those sponsors for their continued support.
Marty, great job by a lot of people, and their sponsors included, but good job by Mr. Gary Stennett, our second-year principal. One thing I've thought about him this afternoon, we finally got him in the right shade of blue and gold. Instead of that Seymour blue and gold, we finally got him up here on the correct side of the tunnel. But he's a great principal. Of course, he was a great football player, too. I'm sure the students don't know that about him.
Kick is up, and that one's going into the end zone also.
But good job by him and his assistants, Brian Jesse and Amy James, doing a good job administrating the football game. And, Marty, we are adhering to COVID-19 policies. I've seen other schools on film that appeared to me that they weren't adhering to that policy. But good job. And also big thanks to Conchita Ownby, the athletic director at Gatlinburg Pittman. And, Marty, you called her. She was waiting on your call this morning. She already had the press box set up.
Yep.
Anytime we travel, she already gets in touch with the opposing teams, AD and coaches, gets their press box set up for us. And, of course, I don't know that her students know she was a tremendous athlete herself in high school and college. But a great job by the GP administration.
Quick pass out in, and as soon as the ball gets there, ball's dropped. Fumble. I think GP is on it. And GP is on it. And Northview has an injury, and it doesn't look
good, Marty. We were all over him. I think he got kind of hit from both sides. And great job by Hooper coming up from his corner position. But I think also Kevin Burkett, I think that was – we're going to have to go back and count numbers. But we had defensive linemen hustling out there to get in on that play. And Marty said he hate to see a player hurt, but one thing you do like to see is now that we're a little bit better shape, we've got some confidence, we've got a lead, players are being able to play more aggressive instead of playing on their heels and sitting back and worrying about making a mistake.
Here's the replay. And the defensive back on this side just reads it real quick. He beats the block and is right there when the receiver catches it.
And then I think what happened is Kevin Burkett was hustling out there and the player fell over him.
You see the Northview trainers, and I believe that's GP's trainer walking out there, is Colt Jenkins.
Also see Coach Heath Woods, head coach at Northview. Marty, I was reading a little bit about him today. I haven't personally met him. I hear he's a really good football coach. Kind of an old school coach is what I hear, but those of you that have been following the football in East Tennessee, you remember he was at Carter High School for 12 years. He retired from there after having a stroke and obviously surviving. He was 70-6 overall at Carter. Then for I think the next 5 years after he recovered, he was an assistant at Jeff County. This is his second year at Northview. Last year got off to a rough start, 1-5 in the region and 1-9 overall. But he'll probably turn this program around and make it a better football team.
So 1st and 10, Gatlinburg-Pittman. Hobman into the end zone, and that pass is intercepted by Northview. Here's the replay. Just slightly underthrown. Stinnett comes back, but the Northview defensive back was in the perfect position.
Well, Marty, they had a pretty good rush on. They had a player right in his face. I don't know if that affected him, but obviously he just didn't get enough on the ball, didn't get enough up and over. And is that his second interception on the season? Yep. He definitely had one. I can't remember if he had one or two last week against Kings.
So Northview 1st and 10 at the GP, or at their own 20. Webster rolls out, looks downfield, is going to heave it downfield, out of bounds, incomplete. Will bring up a 2nd and 10.
Pass is incomplete, bringing up 2nd down.
22 seconds left to go here in the first quarter.
Barney, we got we had our starting nose guard is no longer on the team this week. So we have number 75, Luciano Lopez, playing nose guard, and he looks like a nose guard. I've been impressed with the sophomore so far.
Ball's all still on the ground. Finally covered by Webster, but a huge loss back to about the 3-yard line.
Tackle made by Levi Hill. Northview thrown for a loss.
Marty, this is going to be the quarter, and I couldn't tell if that was a bad snap. That was a high snap. Had a little bit of heat on it too, so it just went right through his hands. And I thought number 16, Levi Hill, was going to get a safety, but the quarterback recovered it and Hill fell on him.
So that's the end of the first quarter with the score: Gatlinburg-Pittman 10, Northview 0.
And Marty, I think if we quit shooting ourselves in the foot, we're going to score a lot of points tonight. Marty, big things. I was looking over the way. I was talking to our cheerleader sponsor, Leanne Parton, before the game, and she has 18 girls out for cheerleading. Big cheerleading squad. You see them right there in front of the student section. They do a great job each and every week. Good group of girls. Marty, I don't think I have time to name every name. I asked her, could you write the names of your cheerleaders down? And she kept writing and writing and writing. And I thought, well, I figured they may have had 8 maybe, but she got 18 of them listed. And some of them I saw at senior night tonight. Good group of girls. And of course, Marty, one thing, speaking of a lot of people that contribute to this wonderful place that we have here at Gatlinburg-Pittman, that we're looking, we can hear the band. Our home band is down below us. We can hear them playing. We'll talk about them when we get after the next pause.
So 3rd and 26. Webster Takes a snap, drops back, is pressured, just flings it down field just to get rid of it. He had no choice. He had to get rid of the ball. There was no receiver in the vicinity. So bring up a 4th down. GP again should have excellent field position after this punt.
Marty, this is one where I think I would move in Ethan Stinnett up about 5 yards. He's typically goes back there and plays it safe, kind of like a baseball player, keeps the ball in front of him, makes a good decision. But, boy, if he can get his hands on this one in the air, he could really get us in good field position.
Right now, Stinnett on about the 36-yard line. That's probably pretty close to right.
He's going to get it.
Doesn't get it picked up cleanly, fumbled it, but recovers. Will be 1st and 10 GP at the 36.
Marty, maybe one of the hardest jobs in football right there, being a punt returner, catching it, judging it, especially if it's a knuckleball. And that one just kind of died and fell right under his feet.
It definitely was sort of a knuckleball. But excellent field position, 1st and 10, Gallenberg-Pittman. Timeout asked for. And Northview didn't have near enough people on the field.
And Marty, that happened to him. I watched the film on Cott County, and that happened to them several times during that game. But anyway, Marty, getting back to the great Highlander marching band, there, Mark Harrell, who has been a music teacher here in the county, he's been part of the Knoxville Symphony for years, does a great job. But our new band director is Greg Fitch, and a really good guy. I really like him. But I said, who is that in the kilt with the bagpipes? And I guess the kid that we had doing the bagpipes all these years graduated and moved on. So he kind of made a commitment to keep that tradition alive, playing the bagpipes. And he, over the past year, has learned to play the bagpipes. And you got to give it to him.
Yep. So, play set to resume. 1st and 10, 36-yard line. Hoffman, shotgun. 2 wide outs far side. Snap, handoff, up the middle. Hill, still on his feet, takes on the safety and finishes the run.
And I tell you what, he's not a huge kid, all he's kind of compact, 185 pounds, strong kid, but boy, he does. At the end of the run, he makes them pay. And again, Marty, you got to watch this right side of the offensive line. And I tell you, that, another great play. They're still downfield blocking. Our linemen are still. Saban Moore is 15 yards downfield, still has contact. But I wish we could watch it again and watch number 75, Luciano Lopez, pull from his left guard position and kick out the defensive end.
Handoff again, right side. GP's found something on the right side, but it may be a hold.
Hill on the run, flag on the play.
Marty, I've been telling you for years there is no such thing as a hold. God, what a great block. Well, there's probably what they're calling. Marty, anytime you extend those arms and get it out of the framework of your body, especially when the play is running away from you, they're more than likely going to call that. But what a great block by Reese Cole and that offensive line.
We'll bring up a 1st and 20. Three wide outs far side. Pass into the flat to the freshman. Cuts it back inside. Nearly breaks it all the way. A lot of athletic ability right there.
And Marty,
future.
a lot of people probably would have gotten tackled. He got about 4 extra yards, 1 on effort, but good athletic ability, good throw, great catch, and just speed. He has long strides, but a little stiff arm there by a freshman.
So GP gets 16. Now they got about 2nd and 4. Got about 16 of it. Pass again to the freshman. Still on his feet. I believe he'll have the 1st down. Knocked out of bounds at the 4.
And Marty, that's a freshman quarterback throwing to a freshman receiver. Look forward to watching these guys play over the next 4 years. Got the good velocity of the ball. Threw it right to the hands.
So 1st and goal from the 5.
Of course, one thing that Deuce did that other freshmen wouldn't what he didn't do that other freshmen would have, most freshmen would have trapped that ball on their chest. He's got those hands out there as far as he could, caught it with his hands, then pulled it in.
High snap, but he gets the ball back, and Reagan takes it into the end zone. Rob, a pretty good play fielding that snap. Almost messed the timing up, but he still got the ball in there to Reagan.
Well, you know what I think made that play work? I think Connor Reagan realized that it was a high snap. He kind of paused a second and gave his quarterback time to get the ball back down. See him right there? Heads up play by Reagan and just total domination. But look at Lopez right there. There's white jerseys all over the ground right there.
And Northview was offsides again.
Penalty on the play.
GP will probably, unless they decide to go for 2, will decline it.
Outside Northview Academy.
Bryson Flynn. His dad, Buster Flynn, of course, works with Jerry Husky in the technology department for the school system.
Snap is down, kick is up, kick is good. So with 10:02 left to go in the second quarter, Gallenberg-Pittman leads 17-0. There's a replay on the touchdown run again.
Yeah,
look at number 52, Pancake right there.
You see Preston Gentry, backside tackle, shot out like he was shot out of a cannon, just dropped his guy to the ground, and of course Kevin Burkett pancaked his. And Marty, you're looking at the dominant offensive line that everybody expected to have. These kids are in a little bit better shape this week. But, it really hurt us last week, with the COVID protocol, not being able to practice, small groups, separated, then couldn't scrimmage anybody, and that really kind of gets you going for the season. But this team, probably more than any team in the county, needed that jamboree because of a freshman quarterback. And, that dress rehearsal to get the jitters out of him and get him the first time he's ever played in front of a big crowd. But he's going to come around.
So Flynn to kick off. 2 of his 3 have been in the end zone tonight. Make that 3 of his 4.
And Marty, that one just almost hit the ground in the back of the end zone.
Well, that just shows you his college potential, Rob, because in college you're kicking off from the 35. That one would have still been in the end zone from the 35.
And I know that's one thing that he's working on, is leg strength and just kicking the ball deeper, because in college, actually, you're obviously going to have to do that. But, Marty, one thing that he's had since he's been here, he's had a great kicking coach. Al Shirley's been the kicking coach for the Highlanders now for, 7 or 8 years. Just does a tremendous job with these kickers.
Webster still at quarterback for Northview. Handoff. The back made a good move to get tackled initially, but the pursuit again was there. No gain, probably a they're going to say a gain of 1.
Good play by number 4, Connor Reagan. And Marty, usually, of course, this is he's not running as many of the traditional wing tee plays as you'd think, but anytime you play a wing tee team, it usually takes about a quarter of football to recognize the plays and find the football. But this team has just done a great job. I'm sure they had a good week of watching film, scouting Northview Academy, but they have found the football really good tonight.
Northview 3 wide outs, near side. Webster looks this way. Quick pass in the flat. First tackle's missed. Second one is missed, but there's the pursuit again.
And Marty, I thought we were going to knock that ball down. I thought Saban Moore had a shot at knocking it down. Then we missed, Connor Reagan missed a tackle, but we had great backside pursuit by the Highlanders. Actually, that's number 56. Cade Simpson that was at that defensive end that I thought almost knocked it down.
We're very pleased that you come out to join us for this evening's event.
So we have a timeout. Injured.
In the sport that they love.
Gallum.
Everyone well and make sure that our
And Marty, that's our starting linebacker and part-time running back Connor Reagan. And I don't think it's a cramp.
Well, here with us this evening.
Maybe just got the wind knocked out of him. But he came in there and made a really hard hit on the ball carrier. You're looking at the replay right here. And you see Connor from the backside linebacker position, gets a great read on it, takes a good pursuit angle, and really sticks him. But maybe that's why he missed the tackle. He hurt his shoulder on the hit. And Marty, we knew coming into the season that we had a good football team. But I tell you what, just like any other school, we are very limited on depth. Well, it's hard to tell by watching him walk off what's wrong.
Rob, if that's not a leg, that's a possible head or concussion, I think.
Well, I think that the next man up will be Luke Burkett, number 45. Let's see if he comes into the game. I think that's him. He's the younger brother of Kevin Burkett, who gets so much attention in media. But he is his dad was a great linebacker for Gatlinburg Pittman High School, one of the best in his era. And then so was his granddad. His granddad played in the early 70s. His name was Ray Burkett. Some people know him as the Cyclone from his boxing career. But he was a great player. So great football family.
So 3rd and 8. Webster back to pass. Looks downfield. Throws downfield. Incomplete. Will bring up 4th down. Northview will have to punt.
Of course, he also had Uncle Michael Burkett that played.
4th down.
I just got a text. We have people in Nashville that are watching this game live. So Logan Dyer, thanks for commenting. We appreciate that. So, Northview to punt, Stennett deep. Kick is up. Stennett fields it, makes the first man miss. And the official threw some flag for the back official threw a flag about 30 yards downfield. I don't know what it must have been holding on,
Flag on the play.
Blocking one of the cover guys. We'll see what the call is here.
I'm already see a couple of players jawing at each other, but not a block in the back there. Nothing that we can see.
I think it may have been a hold on this side, holding up one of the Northview cover guys.
And Marty, that might be a Guinness World Record for the longest flag ever thrown in a high school football game.
I couldn't tell what his.
Can we call downtown to Ripley's and see if we can get somebody here? And Marty, I think I just heard somebody in the stands explain it.
And what did they say?
We cannot put this on a live broadcast.
Okay. Well, the officials seem to be wait a minute, I'm not sure what this.
If it was committed downfield, shouldn't a penalty have been marked off from there?
We are confused.
Is it an unsportsmanlike conduct?
Oh no, unless there were two penalties. Anyway, 1st and 10. Hoffman to Stennett in the flat. Makes the first man miss, gets loose. That was just almost a big play. That first tackler held him up just enough for the Northview pursuit to get there.
And that is great arm strength, Marty. He is on the right hash, throws the ball on a rope all the way to the numbers. Of course, Ethan Stennett is great senior receiver, concentrated on catching the ball and then running. And great play. Good throw by Tristan Hoffman.
Gain of 7 will bring up a 2nd and 3. 3 wideouts this side. Handoff up the middle. Hill still on his feet. Great surge.
Picking up first and 10, Gallenberg-Pittman.
Almost a 13-yard gain there. Hill right up the middle. Be first and 10, Gallenberg-Pittman.
Well, Marty, I'm glad that Hill has emerged as a capable ball carrier because our 2 inside linebackers are just super important to the football team. And if they're alternating carries on offense, it's going to take a lot away from them. But Hill, of course, huge running lane.
7:28 left to go here in the second quarter. GP leads 17-0 with the ball. Hoffman, shotgun. Looks out in the left flat to number 2, Carlos Orr. And Rob, that was a case of turning to run before you had caught the ball.
Well, it's a different, and Carlos Orr is a great player and a good kid, and he's going to be maybe one of the best we've ever had. But here's an example between a senior and a freshman. You saw Ethan Stennett, even though he heard footsteps, knew that he was getting ready to get hit, concentrated on the ball, caught it with his hands, tucked it, and then ran. Carlos, on the other hand, tried to run before he caught it, but he has made a couple big plays tonight, though, so let's don't take anything away from him.
2nd and 10. And into the neutral zone goes the Northview defender. That'll be 5 yards. We'll make it 2nd and 5 for Gallenberg-Pittman.
And, talking about him being a freshman, a 2-way starter in his first home game, I mean, that's I'm impressed.
GP, 2 wideouts near side. Single back. Hill in the backfield. There's a jump Northview again. So that will be first down by penalty. GP will have it 1st and 10 from the Northview 34-yard line.
Marty, number 14, Riley Lewis is in the game, 5'9", 150-pound junior. Of course, the thing that everybody's been wondering about this week was Houston Bird going to get to play. Houston was a tremendous corner for us, great utility receiver, just one of our best all-around ball players. He's out this week because of a concussion. And Pierce Hammonds, of course, re-injured his hamstring at practice this week.
Hoffman, snap, looks downfield, going deep, just overthrown, intended for Stennett.
And Marty, I don't know enough about it, the quarterback position or the receiver position either for that matter. But I don't know. It looks to me like he's taking the snap and he's just throwing it to a spot. And I don't know, because he certainly got the arm strength. And when I was talking to Coach Ring in preseason, he talked about what a great deep ball he throws. And he told me that he actually throws a better deep ball than J.D. Schultz, which I thought that was J.D.'s strength. I thought J.D. probably had the best deep ball of any quarterback we've had in recent memory, which for me wouldn't go too far back. But he's been off target with most of his deep balls.
Hoffman, handoff Hill up the middle. And gain of almost 5 will bring up a third. We'll say, 3rd and 5. Possible 2-down territory for GP. You also probably are already within Bryson Flynn's field goal range. Two wideouts this side. Hoffman. 4 seconds left on the play clock, and Coach Rang will call timeout. They'll make sure they get to play what they want here.
And Marty, he's got a timeout to burn. You know, one thing, I was watching that previous play, and of course we keep talking about great blocking up front, and it is. I'll tell you a guy that's really contributing to that offensive line is number 88, Reese Cole. And tonight, instead of lining him up on the line of scrimmage as traditional tight end, they've got him kind of, I guess you would call it a H-back or offset back, and kind of have him lined up behind one of our offensive tackles. And he has made a lot of great blocks. Of course, I'd like to see him get the ball to him a lot more. I mean, he is a beast. He can go up, he can jump. He has great hands, great confidence. And as much as I would like to say that he got his athletic ability from his dad, Charlie Cole, we probably know that's not true, don't we? It's got to be from his mom.
Now, Charlie would tell you it's absolutely true. Just as I would if I was in that situation. 3rd and 5. 2 wideouts both sides, and this time GP jumps. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 for GP.
Man, we have done that to ourselves so many times. And, Marty, that you shouldn't come out of a timeout and make a mistake like that. That's the kind of mistake you make when you are trying to hurry and get the snap off.
Well, the one thing, there was a lineman jump, 2 receivers jumped. So 3rd and 10.
And, you know, Hoffman's got to kind of get his rhythm and his cadence down too.
Hoffman fakes the handoff, looks downfield, throws to Stennett. That ball's a touchdown! Ethan Stennett from Christian Hoffman. Perfectly thrown ball. And Rob, you said about Coach Rank talking about his touch on the deep ball. It was there that time.
And, you know, Marty, it looked to me like, I don't know, it looked like Ethan had to adjust a little bit. And maybe the ball was thrown inside a little bit. But you see Hoffman, great stance. I mean, just everything looked perfect. But to me, it looked like he was throwing to the receiver instead of a spot. And what a great throw and catch from Tristan Hoffman to Ethan Stennett, who, by the way, Ethan Stennett will be a college football player next year. Has already been offered by UT Martin, which is in the Ohio Valley Conference.
So extra point attempt coming up here. Snap is down, kick is up, kick is good. So with 6:16 left to go here in the first half, GP extends their lead to 24-0 over Northview.
And Marty, I got to say, it's great to be back at home tonight in the Michael Buford Helton press box. And think about him. Of course, we dedicate every broadcast we make to his memory. I think about him all the time, and every time we get ready to broadcast a football game, we think about him and talk about him. And the thing that I was really wish that Buford could be here for is a live broadcast, because he would open up every broadcast. Hello, GP fans, live from Hammons Field. And, but he left a great legacy here at Gatlinburg-Pittman.
And, Rob, we will mention that, like most schools, GP had their senior night tonight because of the uncertainty of the season with COVID. And so all the seniors in the fall sports were recognized tonight before the ball game. A lot of proud parents out there tonight.
Marty, a lot of listeners out there. You know, one thing, getting some text from some of our old players, and great that they're tuned in.
Flynn, kickoff. That one's going into the end zone also.
Although I think they might be having a better time at home than they are here in the stands. But great to have all those listeners out there. Marty got several sets of brothers playing tonight. The Lopez brothers, the twins, who I've known since they were little boys, and the Burkett brothers. And we got into a debate this summer about all the best groups of brothers that played here at GP. And then there's always that argument about which brother is the best player. And I kind of think about that when I think about the Horner brothers. You know, there are 3 of them that played here. One of them kind of claims to be the best player. We won't mention any names.
Well, there were those infamous Bryan brothers, too, in the past.
Well, there's not a debate on which one was better there.
Bishop, handoff up the middle. Flag comes in late. Probably be a hold on Northview. We'll see. Met there by I believe that was number 23. Baylor Boggs. But the penalty is against Northview. Holding.
And Marty, this is the Northview that I saw on film. Just kind of sloppy play, looked like early season play. And that's kind of what you get. You get a lot of offsides, a lot of sloppy snaps. And
Johnny Webster still at quarterback. Handoff. Breaks it outside. And great pursuit from number 14 for GP. Riley Lewis, a 5'9 junior, really came up strong, Rob.
And Marty, we mentioned him. He was a slot receiver in offensive formation a while ago, but you see him right there. And you see him right there, and he backpedals, reads the play. Now he's going to come up and set the corner. Comes up, cuts the ball off. He needs to wrap up. But then that great backside pursuit from the Highlander catches up with it. Another good defensive play.
Loss of 5 more will make it 2nd and 22. Handoff, right side. Not much there.
And Marty, our offensive and defensive line is just too dominant for these guys to do anything with us.
Tackled by Saban Moore.
Saban Moore is just a beast. He's 6'5", 275 pounds. Runs good, just a real rangy player. And you get him and Burkett playing together, and then you get Cade Simpson or some of those, Luciano Lopez in there at nose guard. That's pretty formidable front three. Marty, we get votes in all the time here. People, we have a special number set up to make comments on the broadcast, vote for the Greenbrier Bee Company Player of the Game or the Greenbrier Restaurant Offensive Player of the Game or Beck's Place Defensive Player of the Game. And sometimes whatever we're talking about, people comment on. And I've already got 3 calls that said Kyle Horner was definitely the better of the Horner brothers.
Was that from Kyle?
No, it can't be because I blocked his number.
But we're glad people are out there watching. It's a privilege to be able to live stream these and bring them to you. Thanks again, Kevin Tierney, for all his hard work getting it set up. Webster looks on the out pattern. It's going to be incomplete. Fairly well defended. Would have been short of the first down mark anyway. We'll bring up a 4th and 27. Again, Gallenberg Pittman is going to have excellent field position.
And Marty, that was who I think should be an all-state safety right there, Liam Brackens. He was last year's leading tackler.
Yeah, Ethan needs to move up about 5 to 6 yards here based on what this punter has done on his past several punts.
You know, last time he caught a line drive and really had a good opportunity to take it.
Timeout asked for. Play clock was running down. Northview was late getting a player on the field.
Timeout, Northview Academy.
So they'll take their timeout. Again, live streaming it. If you're watching this for the first time and say on a delayed broadcast, which you can see on channel 193 Charter Cable anywhere in the county or on gattv.com. If you're interested in live streaming, we're attempting to live stream all of the home games this year. You can also go to GATTV, GATTV.com, or you can go to the Gatlinburg Pittman school page and find the app there to live stream it. So
find the link.
Find the link to live stream it. So welcome to all you folks that are watching live. We hope you enjoy the broadcast. I think the first replay will be Saturday night at 11 o'clock, I believe. 11 a.m. Saturday morning. So here's the punt. Punt is going to be partially blocked. I thought GP got a hand on that. We'll watch on the replay. But he got a great roll out to the 39-yard line.
1st and 10, Gallenberg Pittman.
He may have missed this. We'll watch the replay. I thought he got a hand on it the way the ball came off his foot. He didn't.
You know, I'm not so sure that if he
had laid out
and gone for where the ball was going to be instead of angled at the foot that he might have. Of course, it was a bad snap, and it's hard to time your angle there. 1st
and 10, Gallenberg Pittman. Northview 38. 3 wideouts, far side. Hoffman, snap, looks to Cole. Cole in the flat, runs over one player. And Rob, that was great hands by Cole, because when he turned around, that ball was on him.
It was, and he put some velocity on it. Great. Well, Reese Cole's good. He's a great player. Prototype body for a tight end position.
If you watch this time, I mean, he turns around and that ball is on him.
You know, good route runner for a big kid like that. They had him lined up kind of in a tight slot. Just a little 5-yard out, planted his foot, a little head fake, and but you're right, that was a tough one to catch. But then he immediately got his shoulders around and got up, tried to get upfield and run the ball.
2nd and 3. Hoffman shotgun, handoff up the middle. Hill off the left side. Going to have the first down and more. And downfield, Rob, it won't show up. Can we get the number of that lineman?
We're going to
walking back here. He went down and took a defensive back 20 yards down the field.
It might have been the left tackle, Gentry.
Preston Gentry.
I
believe it is. Look at him right here. Takes on the blocker there at the 20. Is still driving him. And I mean, he drives him clear almost to the end zone.
That is what you call locking up and keeping your feet moving. Boy, he just put him on the skates.
1st and 10. Hoffman out to Stennett. Stennett has the block, has the corner. It's going to be touchdown, Gatlinburg Pittman.
Hoffman pass to Stennett is good for 6.
Great pass, great reception, and then Stennett makes the first man miss, sort of, or has a good block on the corner, and then just outruns him to the secondary.
But again,
here's
Marty,
the block.
Watch the maturity. He had to squat down, catch the ball just a couple of inches off the grass, focus, caught the ball, then got up, had a good block.
By Riley Lewis.
And then turned it on and outran everybody.
So point after. There's I'm assuming that somebody jumped. I think it's Northview again. GP will decline.
Well, Marty, we have kicked the hornet's nest or poked the hornet's nest. As soon as we start talking about debates on which brother's the better, what do the young kids say? The phone's blowing up.
Yep.
And the hipsters say that, but
kick is blocked this time.
One came in and said there's no doubt about who was better between Chris and Randall Bryan, but now there's a big fight between Caleb and Spencer Bryan. They're about to come to blows over who was the best. So, oh goodness,
here I think the pressure comes off GP's left side. Now this time it came right up the middle was the block. There's been pretty good pressure from the outside, but that came right up the middle.
Well, Marty, I know one thing. They were concerned on who was going to snap if Cade Simpson was out, because Luke Burkett snaps for punts, and I'm not sure if he was in there for that or not. Here's a good look at the replay on the touchdown. Good block by number 14.
That's all it
Riley
took.
Lewis. And, you know, talking about the maturity of Ethan Stennett right there making a good play is a great decision on Riley Lewis. He didn't get on that block too early. As soon as he waited to Ethan Stennett caught the football, then he made his block.
So 2:18 left to go here in the first half. GP extends the lead to 30-0 over Newport. Flynn to kick off. Northview has their twin backs deep at about the 12-yard line, figuring that he's going to kick it over their head. And he did, into the end zone again.
Touchback.
Marty, I'm not sure he wanted to return that ball because he was lined up. If I really wanted to return a kick and from a kicker that kicks it into the end zone, I'd line up a little bit deeper.
Now they both were about the 12-yard line. So Northview will put it in play. 2:18 left to go in the first half.
We're turning out to a long first half with all the penalties and throwing.
Webster still at quarterback for Northview. Handoff, right side. Nice move along the line of scrimmage. Nice cut. And number 23 for Northview, who's been their go-to back, Jamal Baker, 5'8", 190-pound sophomore.
And Marty, I think I saw number 53, Saban Hill, go down. It looked like he may have hurt his knee, or I can't read that number. Who's running off the field over there? 58.
58.
And I think that is Cade Simpson, our center. You know, he didn't play last week because of an injured ankle.
So 1st and 10 for Northview. Webster, handoff near side. Tackle after about a 6 or 7 yard gain.
Taylor on the carry.
Northview, 2 productive plays in a row.
2nd down, North.
Marty, number 45, Luke Burkett, still filling in for number 4, Connor Reagan, in there at the inside linebacker position. And he's built a little bit more like his dad than Kevin is. Kind of a tall, rangy kid.
So 2nd and 5. Motion. Webster takes the ball, rolls right, makes a cut. It's going to be a gain of about 1.
And Marty, the Highlanders.
And there is a flag.
And Marty, the Highlanders need a halftime. They need to cool off and get some water. As the second quarter has gone on, the backside pursuit and gang tackling is not what it was in the first quarter. Kids are just getting a little gassed.
That's going to be a penalty against Northview. And I saw on the replay, I saw a GP player. I don't know which one it was, but there were 2 Northview players holding him.
Well, you're going to have to guess it. It's probably Kevin Burkett.
No, it's right. What's right?
2nd down.
Oh, yeah.
Two players held him right there.
And he still made the tackle.
Yeah, still got off and made the tackle.
Who was that? We need to get that number. Was that's I think that was Rodrigo Flores.
Webster back to pass, forced out of the pocket, is loose. Down the sideline, is tackled. It's going to be about 2 yards, 3 yards short of the first down. Rob, we had a good rush, but we didn't break down. And
Marty, he did not. I was just getting ready to comment on that. You see the rush right here. I'm not sure who it was, but he sees and got him in his sight right there, but he just doesn't break down and adjust and just ran right by him, just whiffed on him.
So 3rd and 3, 26 seconds left to go here in the first half. Northview with their most successful offensive series of the night. Webster back to throw. Throws sideline. And that ball was almost intercepted, I believe. And that was number 33, I believe, Rob, Jacob Ferguson. And I think he was the one that was held by both the.
Marty, that was broken up, I think, by number 24.
It was.
Juan Flores.
It was.
Rodrigo's twin brother.
Jacob was there getting up off the ground, but you're right, it was broken up.
And Marty, I know that because I could hear our great PA announcer, Mike Warner, call number 24, Juan Flores.
So Northview going to punt. Bad snap, but they still get the punt away. GP has nobody back to field it, and it gets a tremendous roll.
Well, Marty, we just need to take this to the locker room.
So 8 seconds left to go here in the first half. I'd expect GP probably to come out and take a knee and go to the locker room.
Marty, great first half. I think the fans have seen a little bit of sloppy football, mostly on the part of Northview, just penalties and misfires.
So GP comes out. I would anticipate a kneel down, but they could fling it deep. We'll see. 2 wideouts near side. Hoffman, handoff up the middle. And that's going to be the end of the first half. So both teams will head to the locker room. GP, after a slow start, scores 30 points in the first half to lead 30-0 as we go to the locker room. We will be back with second half action in just a few minutes.
Welcome to Gatlinburg Pistons Highlander Pride Marching Band with band captain senior Bella Lowe, first lieutenant Jackson Smith, second lieutenant Juliet Danko, freshman lieutenant Kylie Perez, color guard captain and choreographer senior Kira Conlon, drum captain senior Casey Abell, assistant drum captain Ethan Patrick, assistant drum major John Case, drum major and composer of the 2020 show, Zelda, Mr. Brantley Cooper. Mr. Cooper, the field is all yours. All right, everyone, we're going to do a quick public service announcement here, and I know everybody's getting tired of hearing it, but we're going to say it anyway. Masks and social distancing. Attention sports fans, we are very pleased that you've come out to join us for this evening's event and proud to offer these young athletes the opportunity to participate in the sport they love. To keep everyone well and make sure that our season continues as planned, we ask that you kindly remember to wear a mask and maintain appropriate social distancing while here with us this evening. Thank you for helping us keep our community safe so that we can look forward to supporting all our teams this year. Thank you.
Marty Nicely along with Rob Younger, Randall Bryan, Kevin Tierney back here at the Mike Helton press box. Live as we get ready for the second half. GP, Rob, after a slow start in the first quarter, got some stuff together and knocked it out to a 30-0 lead here at halftime.
Marty, very impressive first half. We did have a few penalties. Actually, a lot of times after a big play, we came back and shot ourselves in the foot. But impressive first half by the Highlanders, especially that offensive line. Highlanders up by 30 points. And, Marty, if we have received the opening kickoff, if we score on this possession, it will put the clock into full-time play, invoke the slaughter rule.
Fielded on the short kick by, is that Hill? No, that's number 19, Liam Brackens. So GP will put the ball in play. Pretty good field position at their own 40-yard line. Here's the replay.
Marty, well-handled football, but it looked like number 88, Charlie Cole, made one of the best blocks of the night. And Reese Cole, not Charlie Cole. And, you know, he has done a great job from his tight end position blocking all night, but that was a pancake on the kickoff team.
So 1st and 10, 2 wide outs far side. Single wide out near side, Hoffman with Hill in the backfield. There's a little counter. And just one man. That was a pretty good play by the best lineman for Northview, number 75. Otherwise, that goes for big time.
Marty, well-designed play. And you see Reese Cole lined up as an H-back right there, takes a stutter step. Kevin Burkett kicks out, great block. And Reese Cole pulls up in the hole and gets his head on the linebacker. And had they blocked that guy, that one would have been off to the races. And, Marty, you draw up a play on the chalkboard for the offensive lineman, and it rarely looks on film like it does on the chalkboard, but that one did. And that was a great job by Coach Tyler Smith.
2nd down. Bad snap. Hoffman picks it up and looked like a pretty decent pass. I think the receiver may have tried to run before he caught the ball that time. That was number 3.
And, Marty, it's just the difference.
Wade Hooper.
We've talked about it a couple times tonight using the example of Ethan Stennett and Deuce Orr. You know, the veteran watches the ball all the way into his hands and catches it before he runs, and you see Hooper right there. It may have just gone right through his hands and hit him in the numbers.
We'll bring up a 3rd and 9.
But good effort and good heads-up play by Tristan Hoffman, getting the ball off the ground and making a throw.
Hoffman looks into the flat. No, it goes to Cole. Short, breaks one tackle, breaks another one, has the 1st down. Rob, he can be a weapon.
Reese Cole is having a great football game tonight. You just saw the pancake block on the kickoff return. You saw great blocks at his H-back position. And now he got hit behind the 1st down marker, Marty, and just extra effort and just being a beast of a tight end. And he just gets extra yards, and that's just a simple out route.
And runs through 2 or 3 players there. So 1st and 10, Gallenberg-Pittman. 3rd quarter just underway. Hoffman in shotgun. Handoff, Hill off the right side. Going to be close to a 1st down. A little bit short. We'll say 2nd and 8. Or 2nd and 2, gain of 8.
Marty, we were talking about Hill at halftime, and granted he has had unbelievable blocking up front tonight from that offensive line. But he really has shown some quickness. When he came in last week, he was quicker than anybody on the field, but we thought it was just because he came in fresh and hadn't played early in the game and had fresh legs. But, man, he really hits the hole quick and really brings a punch with him.
The scoreboard says 2nd and 3. 2 wide outs near side. Hoffman. Handoff. Off the right side. Number 33, Ferguson. Jacob Ferguson, 5'11", 215 junior.
I'm already talking about bringing a punch. He is a punch. He's one of the best weightlifters on the football team, a really strong kid. And you see, just watch number 75, Luciano Lopez pull. And, Marty, that's just textbook. That is a great job. And he just kind of lost his feet right there at the end. I think he was trying to run behind Reese Cole.
So 1st and 10, Gallenberg-Pittman, 3 wide outs near side. Hoffman looks into the flat, zips the ball. Misread there, or
well, Marty, we may have had somebody that didn't run the right route. You see, we're in trips right there. Both of the inside guys run the same route. He was looking to throw an out pattern, and I'm thinking that second slot guy probably should have been doing about a 5-yard out.
So 2nd and 10. 9:07 here in the third quarter. First offensive series in the second half. Again, 2 wide outs near side. Hoffman. Handoff. Hill. Off the right side. Going to be stopped short of the first down. There may have been a fumble. The Northview sideline thought there was a fumble, but no. Either ruled down or they were just mistaken.
Marty, sometimes it's hard to see Hill behind Burkett and Saban Moore and some of these guys.
He did fumble, but he was ruled down. Ball was loose and was recovered by Northview, but he was ruled down.
And Marty, this is not a gimme. This is going to be a tough third and almost medium.
3rd and 4. And there's the jump. GP has done that time and time again tonight.
And Marty, I'll say one thing about Gatlinburg-Pittman. In the last 48 years, they have been blessed to have great offensive line coaches. Most of Coach Hammond's career, he was the offensive line coach. And I said this many times about him. I've never seen a coach that gets as close to 100% of his players 100% of the time. And, of course, when he kind of moved on from the offensive line coach, we had Matt Evans that played here, took over coaching the offensive line and with Gabe Teeples, and just did a great job. And now we have what I think is one of the best additions to this staff in years, a guy named Tyler Williams. And Tyler played at Cosby and then played at the University of Tennessee for 4 years. But he is a really good football coach. And on the next play, watching the replay there.
There's the pass to Lewis.
It's almost a horse collar. But Marty, I want you to watch their stance, watch their alignment, and just watch how they come off, and then just watch their play. And we've got a couple of new guys in here. Lopez, the left guard, this is his first year as a starter. He's been fantastic, but just very impressive group.
2nd and 5. Hoffman takes a snap. Handoff, left side. Oh, and that one. Ferguson on the carry. And Rob, I don't know whether a hand got up there. We'll see here on the replay.
I think the turf monster got him.
That's what I was wondering, because it was there. They caved the left side. The left side is completely caved in.
He got tripped.
Bring up a 3rd and 4. 2 wide outs far side. Hill in the backfield. Hoffman rolls out, throws an out in the corner. That looks like a touchdown, folks. Talk about a pinpoint pass.
And I tell you, it was close. The official had to think about that one a second, but he rolled out, showed a little bit of mobility, and Marty, he just threw that on a rope. I mean, watch this right here. He's throwing the ball from the middle of the field all the way to the flag, to the pylon.
Throws it as the guy makes the cut.
And you just can't do it any better than that.
Yep, got both down. He actually had the one down and drug the other one. Kick is up and got through, but wasn't pretty. So with 7:04 left to go, third quarter, GP is now up 37-0. The mercy rule will be invoked and the clock will run as long as it's plus 35. Here's the replay.
And Marty, he kind of almost had to jump and throw this. I mean, he was had a little bit of pressure, showed tremendous arm strength, but that is about as accurate as you can get it. And I'm sure Ethan Stennett is elated to have a freshman quarterback. I'm sure going into the season and seeing that we were going to have a freshman quarterback, he was maybe worried about his stats his senior year. But those two guys have hooked up on 4 touchdowns in 2 games.
And Rob, looking at the official now, I hesitate to give officials any credit, but that official was watching to make sure that ball didn't move as he rolled, and he came back up, and he waited until he saw that he had it secure before he ruled the touchdown. But there was never any doubt.
And the official was where he was supposed to be. He was in a good position.
Yep. Folks, if you're new to listening to our broadcast, that won't happen very often when we give officials any credit.
Yeah, let's don't start that.
Yeah,
trend.
we don't want it to become a trend. So, Flynn to kick off. This one's going to be fielded at the 6-yard line. GP has pretty good coverage. Tackled at the 23-yard line where Northview will have it 1st and 10.
And Marty, we're talking about the coaches here, great coaching staff, and I've talked about I've never met Tyler Williams. I hear he's a great guy, but I think he's done a tremendous job. And talking about some of these others guys, Rashid Moore, who is also the boys basketball coach, does a tremendous job with the running backs and defensive backs, and brought some of those kids a long ways. Ty Marshall, a former quarterback and now our head baseball coach, coaches the quarterbacks, does a great job. Jimmy Rowland is the offensive line coach and outside linebackers coach, and he came here from Pigeon Forge a couple years ago. Had a son that was a standout for us last year at right tackle that's playing college football this year.
Webster hands off in the backfield, up the middle, running room for Northview. That'll be a 1st down, and I believe, again, that was number 23 who's been their best ball carrier tonight, Landon Taylor. I'm sorry, number 23 is Mendoza, Alex Mendoza.
Marty, see number 45 Burkett, initial hits, got to bring his feet with him. You can't lunge and get with your head down. You got to make tackles with your feet, which I'm sure his dad will remind him of that a couple times tomorrow.
1st and 10, Northview. Handoff again, this time met in the backfield. Initially, I believe by linebacker, is that Ferguson?
And Marty, I think that's number 33, Ferguson. You see him lined up right there at middle linebacker. They shift over.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was number 40. That was Burkett.
Oh, that was Burkett.
Yep.
Well, now his dad can talk about that. He shifted over. They saw whatever formation. They saw some tendencies, and they shifted the inside linebackers over, and Burkett kind of came off the edge right there. Made a big-time play, and his brother kind of followed up on it. And Marty, of course, the other coaches, Jason Schultz is also the offensive line coach and a great offensive lineman that played here back in the early to mid 90s.
Webster hands off. Mendoza breaks the line of scrimmage, loose in the secondary. Be tackled after it'll be another 1st down for Northview. And Rob, the last offensive series of the 1st half, Northview looked like they found something and actually moved the ball, had their best series of the entire 1st half. And it looks like they picked up here in the 2nd half with where they left off.
I tell you what that kid did. We had a good defense called, Marty, and had great pursuit. He just the linebacker overplayed. You got to play that ball inside out, and he saw that and just planted and cut right behind our linebacker, and for a big gain.
So 2 1st downs in a row for Northview. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. Man in motion. Webster rolls out. He's going to be pressured, and he's going to gets loose. Turns it upfield. Runs out of bounds after a gain of about 8. And Rob, 2 different people had shots at him in the backfield.
And Marty, and your starting linebacker just can't miss that tackle. And you see Ferguson has the first shot at him. You just can't miss that. And then I think that was Juan Flores that missed him the 2nd time. You just got to get your body under control, break down, get your eyes on him, and wrap up.
2nd and 4. And we have a stoppage here. Timeout asked for by Northview as the clock was running down. With timeout, 2:58 left to go here in the 3rd quarter as we're under the mercy rule. GP leads 37-0. And Rob, I was just noticing something on the Northview roster. The quarterback all night long has been number 3, Johnny Webster, listed as a defensive back and running back. And I was looking down through their roster, and I may have missed it, but the first quarterback I see is a freshman, 5'10", 165. And that may be why Mr. Webster is the starting quarterback. Although we're playing a freshman, but that's the first player that's listed as a quarterback that I find. And maybe the only one.
Marty, rounding out that coaching staff is Don Birchfield, the linebacker coach, and of course our longtime friend and great coach is Al Shirley, working with the kickers and punters.
So play will resume. Northview has its 2nd and 5. Handoff. Mendoza again off the right-hand side, and he'll have the first down. That's 3 first downs in a row for Northview, their most productive offensive series of the night.
Mendoza on the carry.
And Marty, the thing that made that play work right there is our outside and onside inside linebackers both ran straight across the line of scrimmage, went about 4 yards deep in the backfield. They handed the ball off and just cut underneath them, and of course they blocked down and sealed the end there. But and I don't know if those kids were called on a stunt or not. But
Webster throws the ball almost intercepted, a little bit behind the receiver, and the freshman defensive back had a shot at the ball.
And Marty, if number 2 Orr gets an interception at his corner position, I would say somebody would have a hard time catching him before he got to the end zone.
Bring up a 2nd and 10. Man in motion, Webster keeps it himself up the middle, gets pushed forward for a gain of about 6 or 7. We'll make it 3rd and 3.
Marty's Coach Rang still, for the most part, sticking with this first group. A couple of players in there. Number 72, Pack, is in the game. Burkett's still in at inside linebacker for Connor Reagan.
Mendoza. I think that's going to be a first down, Mendoza, but I believe if we look at the playback, I think he cut toward the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped. It goes deep, but then he starts toward that was close.
And again, Marty, I'm not sure if that is just an all-out blitz called, but again, Ferguson, the onside linebacker, just gets way too far upfield, and the ball cuts underneath him.
26 seconds left in third quarter as the clock runs.
Marty, with this mercy rule, the clock will fly.
1st and 10, deepest penetration of the night for Northview. Handoff again. Mendoza comes in motion down the line of scrimmage, takes a handoff, and immediately cuts it upfield. It will be another first down. And that's the end of the third quarter.
Marty,
GP leads 37-0 as we go into the final quarter.
Marty, the Highlanders, especially Coach Rowland, defense coordinator, they want to put a goose egg up on there. But Northview's found some things that works, found a player that's got some fresh legs and running hard. Marty, talking about our coaching staff, I kind of talked a little bit about the assistant coaches there and how impressed I am with some of them, what a great job they're doing. Haven't talked a lot about Coach Rang tonight. Of course, he replaced a legend here, came in to replace Benny Hammonds, who had been here for 45 years. And I was reading a little bit about him today. Coach Hammonds ended his career with a 348-165 record. 4th all-time in Tennessee high school football, and only behind the guy at Alcoa, Rankin at Alcoa, Ken Hoffman, and Carlton Flatt, of course, at Brentwood Academy. And Coach Rang, big shoes to fill, but he's been a good head coach himself. This will be his 22nd win at Gatlinburg-Pittman, his 66th win as a head coach. As a head coach, he's 65-25 overall. He's had a few stops. He was at Dresden High School, where he was 32-8 as a head coach, had one 15-0 season, and including a state championship. He was 12-2 at 1 year as a head coach at Powell, and of course 21. He'll be soon to be 22-15 here at GP. Pretty impressive career for a young football coach.
1st and 10. Webster mishandles the snap under pressure, gets rid of the ball, and there happened to be a receiver in the general vicinity, so he's not called for.
Bringing up 2nd down.
Marty, one thing we're going to have to do with this GP team, we're going to have to, these linebacker types, they're going to have to do a better job of making the tackle on the quarterback when they're rushing.
2nd and 10. Clock runs 11:25 as the 4th quarter just underway. Webster gone all the way at quarterback for Northview. Handoff to Mendoza. Finds nothing up the middle, cuts it back outside, but the pursuit gets him after a very short gain.
Nice job of tackling the ball from behind by Rodrigo Flores and number 16, Hill. Marty, I love listening to our PA announcer, Mike Warner. Just does a great job and calls it by the book. I think he's got maybe Ryan DeSere up there spotting. I know his son Michael helped him last year.
Well, Northview, 3rd and 9, 2 wideouts, far side. Webster, man in motion, Mendoza, handoff to Mendoza. Just a little crease there, and it looked like he had something. And then the inside pursuit, no, I think it was Burkett, number 52.
Well, Marty, it looked like he had something, and then all of a sudden he just disappears from the screen. And he is just absolutely, and Burkett.
He does have something right there, and then boom, Burkett.
And then you no longer see him. Great pursuit by Kevin Burkett.
So 4th down and 10. Northview will go for it. Man in motion. Webster rolls out left. He has under pressure, and he's going to be sacked for a loss. GP will take over on downs.
And Marty, that was by blitzing linebacker number 33, Jacob Ferguson. You see him lined up at the inside linebacker, creeping up, listening to the snap count. Gets a great jump on the snap count, just blitzes right through the big gap, beats the offensive guard. And this time, well,
he got enough of him. Got a piece of him.
He'll be credited with the sack. Good job, Jacob Ferguson.
Okay, and Rob, I believe we have a change at quarterback here as the clock is running. Number 6, Brady Hammonds, making his first appearance tonight at quarterback. 2 wideouts both sides. Hammonds throws out in the flat, complete.
Well, I'll tell you
that'll
what,
be a 1st down.
Well, Brady Hammonds came in there and looked cool and confident and threw a perfect pass. Watch this, Marty. Great. Kit picks up the low snap, finds his receiver, steps, perfect form. Throws a strike to Carlos Orr, better known as Deuce. Easy to remember Deuce's nickname because he wears number 2.
1st and 10. Hammonds keeps it, left side, cuts it back up the middle. Nice gain of about 8. Will bring up a 2nd and 2.
Marty, definitely a great change of pace, something that Northview's not going to get used to there. Brady Hammonds showing a little speed, and of course the unfortunate thing, we were talking at halftime, talking about his brother Pierce Hammonds, who Pierce is probably one of the better players in our region, and of course he hasn't played because of a pulled hamstring, re-injured it this week in practice. and he is just worried about his senior season. And
handoff up the middle. That's Hill. Hits the hole very quickly. Gain of almost 10 will be a first down. 1st and 10, Gatlinburg-Pittman.
Marty, had Pierce Hammonds played against this defense, there's no telling how many yards he would have had tonight. Of course, Hill's doing a pretty good job here. Can't wait to see the game stats next week.
1st and 10. Clock running, 7:06 left to go in the ball game. Handoff is fumbled. And Rob, the timing on that was messed up from the get-go there.
It was, Marty. It was a low snap, and Brady Hammonds did a good job getting the ball. That's a tough play. He may have laid it on his thigh pad.
So 2nd and 11.
Already see number 22, Jackson DeSere, on the line of scrimmage down here at the bottom of the screen.
Hammonds keeps it left side, has blockers, cuts it upfield. Going to be tackled. I believe it's maybe a yard short of the first down. And Rob, I can't believe I think we have failed to mention this tonight. We have a new field that we're playing on tonight.
Beautiful new field.
3rd down for the Highlanders.
3rd and 1. Hammonds in the shotgun. 2 wide outs near side. Handoff. Hill has the first down and more. GP will have it 1st and 10. Rob, a big shout out again to our sponsors as you watch the replay. Go ahead and talk about the. Hill certainly gets upfield in a hurry, doesn't he?
Mike, Marty, great block by number 45, Luke Burkett. And I tell you, we've just absolutely worn these guys out. You see Andrew Gentry down there again, maintaining contact, driving his guy, Marty, at least 9 yards off the ball.
Big shout out to our sponsors for Ripley's Aquarium, provided food at the Letterman's Lounge, does an awful lot in the community. The Jumbotron, just can't say enough about that. So big thanks to them. Then our other pass out in the flat is complete. Liam Brackens, I believe. Nope, was that 18 or 19?
2nd down.
May have been. I couldn't tell the number. Greenbrier Bee Company. Great honey. See Mr. Younger if you're interested in purchasing some. Hammonds off the left side. Stays on his feet. Great effort. Finally knocked out of bounds. Rob, there was pretty good blocking, but he got a lot of that on his own.
He did, and you know, this 3rd generation of Hammonds are a lot faster than the first 2 generations that we know. And I'm not sure where that speed comes from. It has to be, well, maybe Whitney's side of the family, but great run by Brady Hammonds. Had some good blocking, and but he just, that guy right there should have had him. He just ran right through him, kept his balance, got his head back up, and made a big play.
And Rob, number 72, Matthew Pack, sophomore, had a huge block on that play. Short gain up the middle. A lot of different numbers in here now. So we mentioned Greenbrier Bee Company. Also shout out to Greenbrier Restaurant, longtime sponsor, and Beck's Place, Beck and David Haddon, for their sponsorship over the years. If you're watching this, you already know that on this live stream this year, you can see that on GATTV, GATTV.com, or you go to Gatlinburg Pittman High School page and find the link. Also, it will be rebroadcast on channel 193, Charter Cable, and GATTV.com. Handoff is mishandled in the backfield, recovered by Northview, so a promising GP drive comes to an end.
And Marty, that was just a bad exchange. See, Brady Hammond's taking it. And I think what happened right there, number 28,
who we have no name,
who is not listed in our roster, took too tight of an angle and actually kind of ran into Brady's shoulder and caused the fumble right there. But Northview will take it over. Have the length. Marty, I don't feel like they're going to drive the length of the field in 2 minutes. But, Marty, it's great to see the Highlanders. And one thing that you saw some new numbers in there in this last series, like Pack and number 28. But for the most part, our first team, offense and defense, played the whole game. And I'm sure that was Coach Rang feeling like he's going to get these guys in game shape and to get ready for Cotton County. But it was great to see, Marty, after a really bad loss at the Kings Academy last week, that our Highlanders came out just very confident, knew who they were, didn't lose their confidence in their players and coaches, and just played their game. And other than a few penalties here and there, it was a really well-played football game by Gatlinburg Pittman.
Tackled by number 72, Matthew Pack. And Rob, as the clock runs, we go ahead and talk a little bit about next week. Cotton County beat this same team by about the same margin that we have. Don't know anything about Cotton County, but based on the two comparable appearances, we could be in for a dogfight next week.
Marty, Cotton County beat them 41-8, and the game was played at Cotton County. They are a little bit quicker. They've got a little bit of speed. They get the ball on the corner a little better than Northview. But I really think that we will beat Cotton County. Our line, if everybody comes into the game next week healthy, I think we're going to be in good shape.
50 seconds left to go. GP's going to go 2-1 on the young season, 1-0 in the region, which is very important. Webster keeps it, gone all the way at quarterback for Northview. Be short of the first down, bring up a 2nd and 2. 24 seconds left to go in the ball game.
Barney, go out and visit our sponsors. Go up to the Greenbrier restaurant for one of the most beautiful restaurants you'll ever be in. If you want to go have a little more casual meal, go to Beck's Place. Great place. See Dave Haddon, a former GP player. Of course, if you're looking for some Greenbrier hunting, get it Whole Earth Grocery, the Farm Kitchen Restaurant, or a really neat place, Marty, is the Greenbrier Grocery right there in Pittman Center. Or, of course, you can call me and I'll hook you up with some.
Well, I'm right by the Greenbrier Grocery every day. I didn't know you had it in there.
He probably sells more than anybody. And, of course, the Greenbrier Restaurant does use our honey in their recipes.
Was it a good honey year?
Decent honey year. Fortunately, my partner knows a little bit about beekeeping.
Have an injury down here.
Marty, I did get an injury report on Connor Reagan. Tony Stennett texted me and said that he was just having cramps.
That is number 28, and we do not have a name down for 28, but he ends up walking off. He's limping, but he is walking off under his own power. So, 18 seconds, clock's run. This will probably be the last play of the ball game. Webster rolls out, looks downfield, pressured, throws downfield to a wide open receiver, and all they have to do is tackle him and get him on the ground, and that's going to be the end of the ball game. GP wins 37-0. So, a great home opener for the Highlanders. Hope you'll be out here next week. This reminder to purchase your tickets early if you're interested in watching GP live because of the restrictions because of the COVID virus. But if you can't get here in person, watch us live stream on GatTV.com or Gatlinburg High School page. Find the link there. We hope you've enjoyed it. For Rob Younger, Randall Bryant, Kevin Tierney, This is Marty Nicely saying good night from Hammond Stadium.